Matter of fact, I'm about to give you something that has not been told. Well, I'm Lori Harvey's father. Nobody knows that. I'm putting this out here for the very first time. Yes, that I am Lori Harvey's father.
Y'all, the man Steve Harvey calls a brother, the bodyguard who's been by his side for decades longer than Marjorie has even been in the picture, the man who was at Steve and Marjorie's wedding at Lake Como, the same man who actually convinced Steve to circle back and get with Marjorie in the first place, William Big Boom Freeman. That man, or a man presented as him in these viral clips, is out here claiming he's been sleeping with Marjorie the whole time, claiming Steve knew, claiming Steve wanted it that way, and then dropping the bomb that broke the internet, claiming he, not Steve, not Donald Woods, is the biological father of Lori Harvey. Now let me be clear, the clips are going viral, but nobody has officially confirmed it's him on camera. What I can tell you is what the clips show. Steve and Marjorie have denied every single piece of this for years, but the clips are everywhere. Sit down, let me get into it. So, who is Big Boom? He's been Steve Harvey's bodyguard for decades. Before Marjorie, before the daytime show, before any of the wealth we associate with Steve now. He's branded himself a relationship speaker, an author, a celebrity bodyguard, and it was reportedly Big Boom himself who convinced Steve to reconnect with Marjorie before Steve made her his wife. The bodyguard played matchmaker. Steve and Marjorie got married in 2007 at Lake Como, 19 years of marriage now, and Big Boom was a family friend the whole time. That is the man making these claims, not some stranger trying to get a check. The bodyguard, the brother, the one who was in the wedding. August 2023. Rumors exploded across the internet that Marjorie had cheated on Steve with their bodyguard and their personal chef. The post originally came from a YouTuber named Keem on X, who later deleted it. But the cat was out the bag. Drama TikTok ran with it for weeks. And Steve got on that InvestFest stage in Atlanta and addressed it head on. Said, before I get started, let me just say I'm fine. Marjorie's fine. Said he don't know what y'all doing, but find something else to do because we fine. Lord have mercy. Then he went on his radio show and said this woman got in the hole and built this with him.
I'm telling you, this woman got in the hole and built this with me. She didn't steal nothing. And I'm tired of y'all talking about my girl. Because my girl is one of the best women I've ever met. And why you black people out there, like you just gonna destroy somebody, I don't really know what that's about. But don't worry about it, because it ain't working. Because all we are now, we are a tighter two-handed circle. Thank you for doing that. And you're not gonna split us up. And we're not going nowhere. And she is none of what you said she is.
Said she didn't steal nothing. Said she's one of the best women he's ever met.
And even though we've made a conscious effort and we said we're not going to address it, I'm tired. And so when this came out, this how the devil worked. I'm going to pile it on. I'm going to go get somebody that worked for me. Because one more time, God don't come, the devil don't come for those he got. He sends the ones he has. So now I'm going to get me a government employee that needs some money.
Marjorie posted too, captioned a Bible verse, how to handle being lied about. Wrote that she and her husband don't usually stop to address the foolishness. Both denied it, loudly, repeatedly.
And me, we've been getting beat up for the past 2 weeks. But when something like this happens, you know, our motto has always been to never address bloggers.
Right.
And we don't give it no room or steam.
No life.
No, nothing. Because we know who we are and we know whose we are. And so we don't address bloggers. When this came out, it's a little bit different because it's not gossip, rumor, or malicious lie. It came from the inside circle.
And in February 2026, fact checkers confirmed there is no verified proof Marjorie cheated. Officially unverified. But the rumors never died because the man at the center of them is still out here giving interviews. In these viral clips, the man presented as Big Boom has been making claim after claim. The official meet cute story Steve has told for years, where he saw Marjorie at a comedy club and said, "I'm gonna marry you." Big Boom says that's not how it went down. Said he met Marjorie first at a poker house he ran. Said that's where Steve actually met her too.
So I came late, came down front with my girlfriend. Our seats were right here at the front, right by the stage. So we were sitting here, the stage was here. So he's just quiet. He just keeps staring at me. So I'm waiting on him to make me a part of the show so we can get on with the show. So he stayed quiet so long, staring at me. Now everybody in the club is looking at me. And so he finally realized, okay, I got to say something. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know who this is, but I'm going to marry her.
Those that do not know, I'm the one that introduced Marjorie to Steve. Okay, listen on this. Me and Marjorie actually knew each other before Steve knew Marjorie. Me and Marjorie actually would play poker in the poker house. That's how Steve met Marjorie in the poker house, because he came to the poker house to play poker with us, and Marjorie was there that night. They already asked me already because I'm telling the truth about the story. So they already asked me already. They asked me to shut up about the story.
And it gets worse, because in the next clip, he's saying Steve knew about the affair the whole time. Have a feel. He's saying Steve wanted the affair as a distraction, as cover for Steve's own alleged behavior during the Steve Harvey Show era. And he's saying Steve's camp tried to give him quiet money to stop him talking. And the clips have him saying he ain't shutting up. And look, I cannot verify a single word coming out of this man's mouth. These are Big Boom's claims. Steve and Marjorie have denied every piece of this. Not one of these claims has been verified by anybody credible, but the clips are out there and folks are watching them. And then comes the bombshell. In the viral clip circulating, Big Boom, or a man presented as Big Boom, drops it himself. Y'all, he just said it, not Donald Woods, not the man officially on the record as Lori's father, him. And the clip has him saying pictures of his younger self look just like Lori. Says Steve knows, says Steve has known the whole time. Now let me give y'all the official record. Lori Harvey is officially Marjorie's biological daughter, with her second husband, Donald Woods, a convicted powder dealer. Marjorie's first husband was Jim Townsend, the powder kingpin sentenced to life in 1992 for trying to move 40 kilos of powder before his sentence got overturned and he walked free in 2017. Steve adopted all three of Marjorie's children, Morgan, Jason, and Lori, and raised them as his own since they were babies.
First night I met her, I was a comedian on stage at this club called the Comedy Zone in Memphis. And she came in late. It was the most beautiful person I'd ever seen in my life. I never saw a woman and it hit me like that. And I stopped talking, I was just looking at her. And the audience was laughing because I was just staring at this woman. And I said, excuse me. I said, I don't know who you are. This was the very first thing I said to her. So I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna marry you one day.
Lori has been a Harvey her whole life. The receipts, they don't back Big Boom up. But drama TikTok has run with the claim anyway. And Lori, who didn't ask for any of this, has had to walk through life with this circulating about her. Tell me in the comments what you think. I want to hear from y'all on this one. But here's where it gets uncomfortable, because Big Boom isn't alone. Mary Shackelford, Steve's ex-wife, has spent years claiming Marjorie was Steve's side piece while they were still married. Claimed Marjorie called the family's private unlisted number pretending to check on a job application.
I opened the package and I started to read this letter that was from this woman, and she really started to go into detail about how long she'd actually been in a relationship with my husband. When I first became aware that there were other people involved in my marriage, it was really hurtful to me because my marriage represented so much to me. It was my life.
Said after the divorce she was cut off, designers stopped answering her calls, her son was taken, and Marjorie was the mastermind. Then Shirley Strawberry, Steve's longtime radio co-host, had a leaked jailhouse phone call surface, describing Steve as scared of Marjorie and Marjorie as treating the staff badly. Own spa, own workout room, daily massages. And then Jim Townsend, Marjorie's powder kingpin first ex-husband, got out of prison in 2017 and started talking. Wrote a tell-all called Snakes in the Garden in 2024. Went on Tasha K saying Steve and Marjorie deserve to get dragged. Even claimed Marjorie used to check men with full lips, calling them soup coolers, implying Steve doesn't fit her usual type. So online they're saying Big Boom, Mary, Shirley, Townsend. That's a lot of people telling overlapping versions of the same story. No smoke without fire is what folks are saying. The other half of the internet is saying Big Boom is a clout chaser making up stories for views, and all these people have access to grind. So what does it all come back to? Why is Steve defending Marjorie this hard? Online, they're saying he's scared of her, that she runs the household, that the empire depends on the marriage looking intact. The Black Twitter line keeps going around Marjorie went from kingpin to king of comedy, and that's a CV. So you tell me if that really is Big Boom in those clips. Is he telling the truth he's been sitting on for 16 years? Or is this whole thing a smear campaign on a Black couple who built something? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell me what you really think. Hit that like, subscribe if you new around here, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, baddies.